Hi class. So today we're moving into module 2 of the syllabus, Key Concepts from Economics and Social Sciences. I'm just going to start sharing my screen straight away and the PowerPoint slides. Okay. Okay, so last week we focused on the introduction, introducing you to the syllabus, how I expect to run the class using the different technologies, the objectives of the class. I went through in the PowerPoint slides, or I went through the syllabus with you in the YouTube recording. And then I gave you the lecture on COVID-19 on food and agriculture. I know that lecture was very, very dense. So some of what we're going to be doing in the next week or so is kind of unpacking some of the material that was in that. There's section 2, this key concepts. I'm going to have, this is broad outline of what we're going to do. In the Zoom sessions, I'm going to take you through some exercises and some data about what the world eats, and we'll have some discussion about that. I'd like to talk through also what is meant by normative and positive perspectives on agriculture and food. In these mini lectures that are on the YouTube tapes, I want to introduce you to these key economic concepts and then key ethical concepts. And what this will do is help build us up so that we can get at the recognition and kind of grappling with the fact that eating is pretty complex, and there's a lot to our food choices. Our food choices are choices about diet, choices about lifestyle, choices about what we value in terms of different types of experiences. They are related to our health through our diet. And everything that we do about food consumption has become a ripple effect back through the supply chain and value chain to production. And production also is an important act in terms of the environment, and also in terms of things like ethics, and now we're seeing things like safety. So one way to think about that, Wendell Berry talked about eating being an agricultural act. That is, when you eat, there's signals sent to producers and along the value chain. When you eat, you are making ethical choices, whether you're conscious of those ethical choices or not, in terms of things like sustainable seafood, for example, or in terms of animal well-being. If you're making choices, for example, to be a vegetarian, you may be doing that because of the diet implications. You may also be doing it because you understand that vegetarian diets are associated with lower carbon footprint, or you may be concerned about animal welfare of the livestock industry. Eating also is an economic act. Food is one of the largest items in almost everyone's budget. So when you eat food with different prices and different values associated with those, then you are balancing your own budget. You're also, by where you eat and where you buy your food, and you're also sending signals through that there's also a full value chain of who gets that money. So therefore we see food is really quite complex because it is a fundamental aspect of human function, existence, and experience. Often diverse and distinct social problems come together around food. So this is a quote from Jessica Fanzo, and this is Jessica's quote or citation to Thompson 2015. So we see lots of issues kind of around our food, and then our food choices are intertwined with our own personal values and beliefs, what we know and how we associate with where the food comes from, and our connections in a globalized world if we are buying local or global. I'm going to end there, this first part, so that, and then set us up for the next mini lecture.